Yo, what's up guys? Partywaffles here, and today I'm coming at you guys with a 9.2 Frost DK guide that I've been telling you about. So currently I'm the highest DK on the ladder. I've been queuing some Boomy DK, Mistweaver, a couple different things, but I'm going to tell you guys what I've been doing to succeed and what you're going to do to succeed yourself. So I'm going to cover talents, everything that you need to know, so just sit back, watch this video, and you'll be ready to go for the season. Unholy DK guide will soon come to follow as well. Okay, so we're going to start it off with talents and the build that you're going to be playing. So this build is going to be the cookie cutter build you're playing. I'm not really going to explain talents that you're not going to play. I'm just going to explain the ones that are relevant to you, okay? So, Inerexible Assault, it's just going to be damage. You're just going to play this. There's not much to it. It's just more damage on your Obliterate. The next row, Murderous Efficiency. It pairs well with your Obliteration. Runic Attenuation is good, but it's not as good considering you're playing Obliteration. Don't worry about Horn of Winter. The next row, the only talent you're going to be playing here is Blinding Sleet, okay? Blinding Sleet is too good to give up. Way too good to give up. You can CC an entire team's go, like when they pop their CDs, you can CC their entire team at once. You can set up for your stun chill streak go. It's just a very versatile ability, and you can't really not take it. It would be a mistake not to take it. The next row we have Avalanche, Frozen Pulse, Frost Scythe. These two are going to be, this Frozen Pulse goes with dual wield. You're not dual wielding. You're going to be two-hand wielding, okay? Frost Scythe, PvE. Avalanche, only choice on this row. Just more burst damage in your burst, which is what you want. The next row, Permafrost, Wraithwalk, Deathpack. With the two-hander, I don't really think Permafrost is really ever useful at all. Just because, you know, you're not attacking very often with your auto attack as opposed to dual wield. It's more useful. Wraithwalk, I'm a perma Wraithwalker, okay? I am a perma Wraithwalker myself for the most part. You will pretty much never see me play Deathpack. There's situations where you can, but I find every time I don't have Wraithwalk, I see myself regretting not having Wraithwalk because I'll get rooted when you could have just killed something if you had Wraithwalk. Or like, Wraithwalk is defensive and offensive. It's multifunctional because you can use it to Chains of Ice and kite people away. Or like I said, you can break a root to go kill somebody. So, as opposed to Deathpack, which is defensive, but I guess at the same time it could be offensive. If, say, you want to go push and your healer's not there, you can Deathpack to heal yourself, so you can push behind a pillar, maybe you can get a kill. But it's up to you which one you're going to choose from here, okay? Like I said, though, I myself am a Wraithwalker. In the next row, okay, we're going to have here Gathering Storm, Hypothermic, Glacial, okay? You're just going to go with Gathering Storm, alright? You're going to go with Gathering Storm. It's just going to be free damage, free Remorseless Winter damage. It's going to make your Remorseless Winter actually more useful to press because it doesn't do a whole lot of damage without. So I'm going to go with Gathering Storm. I'll tell you why you're not going to go with Glacial Advance later, okay? Hypothermic is just a pretty garbage ability. I mean, you could use it. Hypothetically, you could use it. And then you could spam Lichborn Healing on yourself with Death Coils, and you could spam more coils, and it could be defensive, but really it's kind of garbage. Next row we have here is Obliteration. You're not going to be playing this. You're not going to be playing this. The build that works for Frost right now is the Obliteration build, okay? Maybe in a world where Breath of Cindergrosa works in PvP, you could play Hypothermic Presence, and then, I don't know, but probably not. But anyways, the build you're going to be playing is the Obliteration build, okay? So we're not going to worry with that. So right here, this is it, right here. Next, we're going to take a little look at the PvP talents, okay? I'm just going to run through, tell you each one, tell you the cookie cutter build you're going to play, and then we'll go from there. So the cookie cutter build that you're going to start with is... Sorry, mouse drop. This is the cookie cutter build, okay? Chill Shriek, Strangulate, Dead of Winter. The flex talent that you're going to be changing the most is going to be this one right here, probably, depending on the comp you're playing. But I'm just going to run through these and tell you what's good and what isn't, okay? Death Chill, bad. Don't play this. Delirium, good. Play this into Fire Mages, Arcane Mages, anything with a lot of mobility that you want to reduce. If you can drop one of the other talents, you could play this. Like, I'll give you an example. Say I'm fighting an Arcane Mage, okay? I'm fighting Arcane Mage, Windwalker, Resto Druid. It's going to be pretty hard to get a Chill Streak against that. So say I could swap with the Chill Streak there for Delirium in that situation. But you're going to need to find the situations where you want to swap stuff out. Shroud of Winter could be good in situations, although I find the other ones have more usefulness right now, so I haven't found myself use Shroud of Winter at all for quite some time, so you probably aren't going to use this much. Dark Sim, you could flex one of these talents. Say you don't need an AoE stun because you're already playing with a Mistweaver or a Windwalker or something, right? You don't need an AoE stun, and for some reason you don't need anything else, you could play Dark Sim. But personally, I have not played Dark Sim as Frost at all, ever, recently. The other talents are just too good. Next we have Dome of Ancient Shadows. It makes your anti-magic zone a lot stronger, 80% reduction. This is really good. Any fire mage, like you can use this into anytime there's multiple casters, it's always a good choice to pick this if you are scared defensively. Spell Warden, same thing. It's not broken like it was last season, so you actually have to pick it to have it now. But you can find some situations where you can use it if you want. Like, if you really want to be defensive, you could stack up Dome of Ancient Shadows and Spell Warden instead of Strangulate. And that could be good. But I really haven't used it either much. Double Grip, I find this insane, okay? If you are fighting a hunter or something that gets away from you all the time, you can swap in Double Grip. Oof, it's actually really nice. I find myself using it quite a bit. Like a lot more than I originally thought that I would. Bitter Chill. It's a nice flex talent. Like if you got an extra slot, you don't know what to put that one, you could flex Bitter Chill in. You don't have to keep applying your Chains of Iceland. You can apply it with Frost Drake and reduce their haste too and be annoying. But again, I haven't used it too much. These are mostly what I've been using. Yeah, so let's go ahead and look at the next thing here. Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to be looking at here is going to be legendaries and stats. So the stats, it's a little bit speculative still because the season just came out and versatility on the trinkets which changed. So it's a little bit speculative, but I'm going to go ahead on a limb here and say we're still going to want strength main stat, number 1, verse mastery, and then haste crit. Because mastery is still going to be good for you. Verse is still going to be good for you too. And of course strength is going to be the best. So don't be afraid though to maybe go a little bit more mastery than burst this season because it's going to give you some good burst. But like, just remember that, okay? Strength, burst, mastery, haste, crit. Those are your stat priority. As far as legendary goes, you're still going to be playing absolute 0. So you're going to get your second legendary in, I forget how many weeks. It's like 8 weeks, 4 weeks. I can't remember. But when we get the second legendary, you don't have a choice what legendary you're playing, okay? The second legendary is your Covenant legendary, and we're going to be Necrolord. So, it's going to be Abomination's Frenzy. So, what I'm thinking is, we're going to be playing normal Lego, the same as before, Absolute 0, Abomination's Frenzy. But, in certain situations, Kultira's Favor, when we have the tier set, the 2 and the 4-piece bonus, because it's going to give us a lot more burst. When we have the 2 and the 4-piece bonus, and we have the double Lego, Kultira's Favor might be pretty good in some situations. Because you can play Dead of Winter, so you already have an AoE stun. So if you're playing Dead of Winter, there's probably some times when you can play Kultira's instead of Absolute 0. Because it's just going to give you big obliterate damage. Like say in 2v2 or something, you could play Remorseless Winter Stun and you could play this, and when you full gear and tier set, you'll just be absolutely destroying with your obliterates. So that could be worth giving a try later, but for the most part, the safe bet is going to be Absolute 0 and Abomination's Frenzy, okay? Speaking of the tier sets though, you are going to use the tier set, okay? For when you get the two, you want to get the 2-piece and the 4-piece as soon as you possibly can, because they're going to be very good, alright? So speaking about the tier set, what the tier set does, the 4-piece tier set for Frost, what it does is, every time you get a killing machine, or sorry, let me show you. Every time you get a killing machine proc, okay, your auto attack, critical strikes have a chance to make your next obliterate, deal frost damage, and critically strike. Every time you get a killing machine's proc, it's going to shoot a glacial advance when you press obliterate. So this ability right here is automatically going to shoot out when you press obliterate, okay? And in your Pillar of Frost, every single obliterate you use is going to be a guaranteed crit. So every single obliterate during your burst window is going to shoot a glacial advance. What glacial advance does also is Rune of Razor Ice, okay? the rune that we've been using, it applies stacks of Razor Ice, so it stacks up to 5 times. So what this means is that you are going to be applying Razor Ice stacks during your go and before your go anytime you get a proc. So essentially, we were playing Rune of Razor Ice. So when you get the 2 and the 4-piece bonus for the tier set, you can play Falling Crusader, Rune of Fallen Crusader instead, and then you can still benefit from Razor Ice in your go. You might not consistently be able to keep the stacks full like you did before, but still, you can have 2 rune forges essentially at a loss of nothing and at a gameplay change of nothing. So you are going to be using the 2 and the 4-piece bonuses. So there we have the talent stats, legendaries, bonuses. The only thing we're missing here is conduits. So we're going to take a look at the conduits, okay? I'm going to give you another cookie cutter build that I'm going to be using and that will also work for you. So it's going to look like this, okay? It's going to look a little something like this. Marilith. I like Marilith because she's defensive. It has Kevin for passively increasing your damage. It also, when you use Fleshcraft, you passively gain mastery for 2 minutes. So you don't really have to play around at all. It's all passive, you know, just increases you passively. As far as conduits go, so this is what I've been playing right now this season, since the season started. This one, the Brutal Grasp, you could change out for something else, like just more consistent damage. I'm mostly just using this now in anticipation for the double legendary, because the second legendary that you use for Frost buffs your A-Bomb limb greatly, as you've seen right here. So we're going to be using this legendary, or sorry, not this legendary. We're going to be using this conduit for sure once the double legendaries come out. But until then, you can use these conduits, or you can swap out Brutal Grasp, and you can play maybe Adaptive if you wanted for just consistent damage, or Unleash, whatever you want to play. The third one doesn't matter too much, but I like Accelerated Cold and Eradicating Blow, Tilt Resilience, Fleeting Wind. If you want, you can, like, say you're fighting something and you want more defensive, you can swap to Lichborn over here, but I just like Fleeting Winds to catch up to them to do my setups. One thing we're going to look at really quickly here too is trinket choice. Trinkets are a little bit different this season than usual. So you're going to have your cookie cutter trinket, your badge that you can just use with your Pillar of Frost every single time because they're going to line up perfectly. But then there's a bunch of new trinkets as well, such as the Cosmic Gladiator's Resonator, which I'm going to just show you what it does. This trinket is very broken right now, okay? It's very, very broken. But watch, this is what it's going to do. You just drop the trinket. Say they're blinded, right? They're blinded, you drop the trinket, and watch, it's just going to explode. The trinket can hit upwards of, like, if you're using a Shaman Sky Fury Totem and Pillar of Frost, the trinket can hit for 70,000. So if you want to take a look at my HP pool here, you'll notice I only have 70,000. So currently the trinkets are very broken, so you can utilize those as much as you can right now. Maybe if they get nerfed, then maybe badge will be better again, but for now I'd say if you can work the resonator in and figure out ways to use it, like blind, anything like that, fit it in, it's a really good choice right now. I wouldn't worry too much with the other trinkets, but I'd say between badge and resonator currently. Alright guys, and the last thing I'm going to go over with you today in this guide is just damage. I'm going to give you a little crash course on how to do normal damage and how to do your burst damage. It's going to be pretty straightforward and quick to the point here, okay? So for damage, normal damage, it's going to be simple, okay? You're playing Gathering Storm, so every rune you press while your Remorseless Winter is going is going to increase the damage, okay? So you're going to want to play around that. So you're going to want to start with Remorseless Winter. Start with Remorseless. You're going to Howling Blast to put your dot up, because you want to keep your dot up on the targets as much as you can. And then that's pretty much it. So you're going to go Remorseless Winter. You're going to put up your dot, and then you're just going to dump Howling, or Obliterate. Use all your runes up, and then you're going to click the button that lights up. You have no other buttons to press. You're going to Frost Strike. You're going to hit the button that lights up. You're going to Frost Strike. Frost Strike. Obliterate. Hit the button that lights up. Frost Strike. Okay? So it's going to go like this. You're going to be pushing Remorseless Winter on cooldown. You're going to keep your Howling Blast up. You're only going to press Howling Blast if they don't have the dot applied, or you get a proc, okay? So if it lights up. Other than that, you're just going to press Obliterate. You're just going to press Obliterate. And then if you have nothing else you can press, like say in this situation right here, everything's lit up, you would press the Howling Blast, okay? And then I can either Frost Strike or Obliterate. But basically you don't want to overcap your runic power. So for instance, say like I'm in this situation right here, right? I'm full runic power, my runes are down, I would hit a Frost Strike right there. Frost Strike, you know, you don't want to waste runes. You want to just try to line up your runes, but it's not really that hard. Just press the button that lights up, keep your dot on them, press Remorseless Winter on cooldown. There you go. Don't overcap your runes. And then as for Death Strike, like if you need health, then Death Strike. If you don't need health, Frost Strike. Or you can just pool your runic power and you can just save it for Death Strikes if people are going you. But it's pretty straightforward though, not much. It's not really that hard of a rotation. As far as the burst rotation goes, it's pretty simple as well. So the gist of it is going to be this, okay? It's going to be grip 2 targets together, blind them together on top of each other, stun them, pop your CDs, chill streak. That's pretty much the gist of it. So I'll just give you a quick little show, okay? So say these targets, we'll pretend like I grip this target together, okay? Okay, I got him, grip, I'm blinding them, okay? Boom, they're blinded. So now you're either gonna Remorseless Winter stun or you're gonna Dragon stun. But you're gonna pop CDs, boom, chill streak, and then you're just gonna keep proccing your Obliteration. Just like that. So the way Obliteration is gonna work though is every single time when you're on your Pillar of Frost, every Frost Strike or Howling Blast that you press is going to make your Obliterate be a Killing Machine's guaranteed crit, okay? So all that you're going to do when you're on your Pillar of Frost after you stun Chill Streak is you're just going to rotate between Frost Strike, Obliterate. And if you get a Rhyme proc, aka the Howling Blast lights up, then you're going to press that and then you're going to Obliterate. It's pretty straightforward. All you're doing is just alternating to make the Obliterate be a crit. That's pretty much it. So it's going to be grip, blind, stun, chill streak, and then if you already have an Obliterate crit ready, you're going to press Obliterate out of that. If you don't, you're going to Frost Strike or Howling Blast, and then you're going to Obliterate, and you're just going to simultaneously rotate between the two. It's pretty straightforward. And then as far as the CC goes, your CC chain, you're going to have Strangulate, so it's going to be blind, and then it's going to be into your stun. I'll show you the Remorseless Winter stun too. So if you blind and you're using Remorseless, you just let it sit, boom, they're stunned. And then you're going to pop your CDs, chill streak, yada yada. You're going to silence before the stun ends. And that's it. As far as Remorseless Winter goes, or not Remorseless Winter, sorry. As far as Abomination's Limb goes, you can use it. If you're playing Remorseless Winter Stun, you can blind them, press your Remorseless, let it ramp up because it takes 5 ticks. And when it's ramping up, you can proc your A-Bomb Limb. Or you can press your A-Bomb Limb before and use the A-Bomb Limb to grip the people into the blind and then send your dragon. Or you can use your A-Bomb Limb outside of a go just to bait some cooldowns from them. There's many different ways to use it. You're going to have to figure them out, figure out how you would like to use it, get some tricks with it. But other than that, that's pretty much everything you guys need to know to succeed as Frost. If you have any other specific comp questions, anything like that, I stream every single day except for Sunday and Tuesdays, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/PartyWafflesX. You guys can feel free to come in there and ask me any questions, hang out. You know, I'll be usually 90% of the time I'll be playing Deathknight arenas there. Yeah, you can just come hang out and get some help if you need. Other than that, guys, I will be working on the Unholy guide. I have a couple more things to test. There's quite a few viable builds for Unholy, it seems. So I'm going to try and narrow it down as much as possible to the best one. And yeah, I'll see you guys with that video soon. But thanks for watching today, and I'll see you on my stream. Take it easy, guys.